Roll call. Vicki Watts,
Here.
Michael Josek,
Present.
and Tracy McCoy.
Here.
I'd also like to point out that alternate board member Marlene Duff is in attendance.
Okay, so this is a case number A235, a request by Weiss Markets for conditional use for a fueling service station at 721 Hanover Pike. All persons are reminded that this session is being recorded on tape as required by law for the preservation of records, and are asked, when called upon, to step forward, give your name, address, right here, and general description of your interest in the relationship of the property to the subject property.
So the written record for case A235, the town of Hampstead was notified of a request for a Board of Zoning Appeals hearing on April 1st, 2024. The applicant for the Board of Zoning Appeals hearing is Weiss Markets Incorporated, care of Alex Orobia. The owner of the property where the gas station is proposed to be constructed is RF Associates LP, and they have authorized Weiss Markets to submit the BZA application for conditional use on the property located at 721 Hanover Pike, Hampstead, Maryland. A date of May 2nd, 2024 was set for the hearing. All notification letters, public notices, and posting of the property were done as required. Additionally, no written comment was received by the town to be included in the written record of case A235. On May 2nd, less than 2 hours before the hearing was to begin, a board member informed us of a pressing personal issue and could not attend the hearing. The applicant chose to postpone this hearing until a later date rather than continue with 2 board members. The date of June 12th was chosen as the new date for the Weiss Markets Conditional Use Board of Zoning Appeals hearing. Notification letters to adjacent and adjoining neighbors were sent on May 21st, and a public notice announcing the rescheduled hearing was published in the May 22nd and May 29th editions of the Carroll County Times. A sign publicizing the new hearing date was posted on the proposed site on May 21st. Additionally, no written comment was received by the town to be included in the written record of the rescheduled hearing of case A235. And that is it,
Okay, so are there documents to be entered?
if there's no objections.
Okay. Any objections to documents being entered into the
We
record?
haven't really gotten any documents that we're asked to introduce at this point.
That's what I just asked, if there were any documents to be entered.
So do you need this, the written record to be, okay.
Doesn't need to be entered?
No, I mean, the record has, what you have just read in is part of the record.
Okay.
And whatever documents you have read. I thought you were talking about exhibits that
Oh,
were
no,
going to
no,
be
no.
testified about, and I
No.
was a little confused.
Oh, no. Okay, so is there any statement on behalf of the town?
There is. So case A235 is a request by Weiss Markets Incorporated for conditional use for a proposed fueling service station on property located at 721 Hanover Pike in the BG General Business Zoning District. This property is owned by RF Associates LP. The current owner authorizes the applicant to make the application. Hampstead Town Code, Article 135-123 states that service stations and service garages, if located at least 300 feet from the boundary line of any residential district, are a conditional use requiring Board of Zoning Appeals authorization. The proposed property is approximately 450 feet from the closest residential district boundary border. The proposal is to construct a Weiss Gas and Go within a vacant, undeveloped portion of the Robertsfield Shopping Center between Maryland Route 30 and the existing parking field next to the Farmers and Merchants Bank. Access to the Gas and Go will be from the existing access drives serving the parking field. The facility will include 6 separate pumps, which provide a total of 8 fueling positions, and it will be manned by 1 full-time employee. The fueling service station will have the same business hours as the Weiss Market grocery store. Parking will be provided for the attendant, and there will be a parking space for the air pump. There will be one employee-only bathroom in the attendant kiosk that will be served by existing town water and county sewer utility mains. If the Board of Zoning Appeals grants this conditional use for a service station, the site plan is required to be reviewed and approved by the Hampstead Planning and Zoning Commission. There is nothing in the town code to prohibit this conditional use, and it is the recommendation of the zoning administrator and the assisting zoning administrator to defer to the board's judgment for this case decision.
Okay, so the board will now hear the petition of appellant and for the conditional use of the fueling station at 721 Hanover Pike.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Best place to set this up, Jim?
So I think we're using this microphone, is that correct?
Turning it on now, so.
Very good. You were mentioning exhibits. These 5 are the exact same ones that are in the packet that I submitted, so I would, my assumption is that those would be entered in as part of the record. I'd like for the, I actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this around just so the audience can see it as well. Are you okay if you don't see it?
Yeah, we
Yeah, we're
have it,
fine, yeah.
Yeah.
so, close up.
And I'll speak up, I
If you
guess.
prefer to move the microphone.
I will, thank you. Jim, thanks so much for the introduction. I'm just gonna fill in a few blanks. You did a great job, basically took the wind out of my sails.
Sorry about that.
My name is Bill Swanik. I'm with HRG, Herbert Rowan and Grubit. We're the engineers for the project. We'll be performing the site development planning, permitting, everything associated with the land development process. This evening, I do have Alex Orbia from Wise Markets with me, and then also Kevin Eldon, our attorney, just in case. A very brief description. Again, Jim, great comments. The same things in your packet, just an overall view of the shopping center as it exists today. Aerial, that's your sheet 1. Shows the existing Wise Markets, some of the strip center shopping, and then the main parking field, and then the bank that Jim referenced to as well. Our focus would be this triangular grass spot adjacent to Route 30. Proposed site plan overall, we're now showing the proposed gas and go as it would relate to the overall shopping center. So this is sheet 2 in your packet. What's shown here is just the future paved area for the gas and go. The cross hatched area would be the canopy that basically covers the kiosk and the pump locations. And then the surrounding would be pavement for access and maneuvering. One correction on my cover letter, I referenced 6 pumps with 8 positions for fueling. It's actually only 5 pumps with 8 positions for fueling. So just one correction on my cover letter. Again, kiosk is shown kind of centered in that canopy area. We're also showing the fuel tank locations. And then the bump out is the parking spot and the airspace that Jim referred to. Again, access is internal to the shopping center. We're not creating any new access points to any state or local roads. We're self-sufficient from a parking standpoint. We're creating the one parking spot that we need. This exhibit actually has the 300-foot buffer on it, just to confirm what Jim mentioned about the setback from the residential zoning being 450. 300-foot only comes partway up into the parking area. A little bit of an enlargement here, just so you can see what's going on. Sheet 3 of the set. Same layout. This time we've shown some utilities turned on. Also, the triangular grass area in front of the site, I'm going to use that for stormwater management. That's where we'll locate our stormwater basin. Fully understand the process related to that after we make it through the zoning hearing here. This is also now showing utility connections for electric. We have a utility pole along Route 30 where we'll connect for electric service. There's water and sewer lines within the parking field right now. That's what we'll tie into. Again, the kiosk, 1 employee, 1 single restroom. So we're talking about very minimal flows, 10 to maybe 20 gallons a day So we'll deal with the planning if need be through the county and the town. There's also, on this drawing, you'll see an FOC line, fiber optic. We always make a physical connection to the store. That's for cross-selling, registers. Basically, the kiosk is connected to the internal workings of the store for pricing, coupons, promotions, things like that. Back to the kiosk, just to confirm, one full-time employee. Anytime the gas and go's open, it's manned by that employee. It's an employee-only restroom. There's no major sales or anything coming out of that. It's merely the kiosk attendant. That's his spot. Whoop. The other one in your packet, we always take a look just at maneuverability and truck turning templates. So we are able to get our fuel tank trucks in and around the site, offload fuel, and then get back out safely. They're offloading, distributing to the back of the stores right now with the normal size tractor trailer, so we don't have any issues getting our fuel truck in and out of the site area. And then the last drawing in your packet were just some very schematic architecturals, so you kind of get a sense of what this thing is going to look like. You've got the columns with the canopy sitting over the pumps and the kiosk area. There'll be some signing packages and things like that, but that's all a separate process through Jim. Again, this is all just very conceptual. That's really my presentation. If there's any questions or comments, I'm certainly here to answer any.
What, now that the testimony is finished, is the board going to accept these?
Yes.
We'll just call them all appellants, or applicants Exhibit 1.
Wonderful.
Okay, so I can invite public comment.
I'm sorry.
We don't do public comment yet right now, it's just,
If there's any member of the public who has a question for the witness, after the board has questions for the witness, they can ask them then, but it is not intended to be a colloquy or a conversation. It's like, did you say 4? No, I said 5. That kind of questions.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a
Yeah, it's your go.
Sure.
I saw this last time somewhere, but now I can't find it. What are the hours?
The gas and go hours will match the store hours. I don't know those offhand, Alex.
Yeah, and typically the store is open from like 6 or 7 in the morning to 11 at night. But be assured that the gas station will not be in operation if the store is not in operation.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the store will go to, the gas and go will go to sleep, security lighting, everything gets knocked down. There's still some security lighting there, but it's closed.
And the way to think about our gas stations.
So can I just ask that you step up and state your
Yeah.
name and?
My transcript gets confused.
I know.
Sorry, my name is Alex Odorbia. I'm with West Markets. And what I was trying to explain was, as Bill mentioned, there's communication lines, phone data going to the store. And that is because the gas station functions as if it were auxiliary cash registers, checkout places, just the same. You're not buying produce, you're buying gasoline. So this is an accessory use to our store, basically, and it is integrated completely from an electronic point of view, accounting point of view, employment point of view.
So can I ask, this kiosk where the employee will be situated, so it's only for gas, so there'll be no other items to buy in the kiosk, is that correct?
Not really. There will be some sundry items, like for instance, windshield washer fluid, oil, chewing gum, cigarettes, whatever, but very minimal, and it's all conducted through the window. There's no access from the public into the kiosk.
Okay, but there is cash, there will be a
It can
cash
be,
exchange, right?
he's
Cash and
there
credits?
to support customers
Okay.
that don't have credit cards, that will pay in cash, or for these small purchases.
Okay, thank you. And so, entering the gas station, you'll still have to go behind like the McDonald's and the Wendy's to get to the gas pumps. Is that correct?
Basically the same points of entry
Right.
for the shop. For the
Right, you have to go,
shopping
so they'll go all the way around and then come up to the gas station and then all the way back out.
Correct.
And,
center. Correct, yeah, it's part of the shopping center part.
okay. Okay. So I'm gonna have a question about that later.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Just one quick question. Is it going to be designed to also accept large trucks, like 18-wheelers, or is this primarily designed for,
Vehicles,
okay,
correct, yeah, no tractor trailer fueling, there is diesel because some of the vehicles
Sure.
use diesel, but yeah, there's no tractor trailer fueling.
okay.
We have slow bumps.
Pardon me?
Slow bumps.
Okay,
They don't like slow bumps.
right.
Heavy trucks do not. Yes, sir.
do you have other questions?
I kind of do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can anybody maybe just remind me what's in that other part of that shopping center? It's not just a Wise, there's other stuff in that.
I had a sandwich in there, I don't know the name of the place, but I
There's
know.
a-
Oh, in all of there?
So you have
It's
CNR,
the-
you
it's
have Pipe the Side, you have Cinco de Mayo,
Domingos,
you have
Pet
Dominguez
Spa.
Paws, grooming.
Yeah,
That makes up the businesses on that wing.
Are there, okay.
Yes, and a nail
Oh, there's a
salon.
nail, there's a nail, okay,
yeah.
okay, thanks. And also, can I just point out that, didn't the Pizza Hut close? Did the Pizza Hut close?
Yes,
Okay. I'm just thinking.
I know.
Traffic and stuff, so. I don't have any other questions.
you have other questions? I don't have any other questions either. Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So I would now like to invite anybody in attendance who does not support the appellant's position. Yeah, so if you could just come up, state your name and relationship to the,
My name is Mohsen Katana. I'm from the Hampstead Exxon. We used to be Crown, but now Exxon. Me and the Jiffy Mart owner, he's not here right now, but I'm located at 625 Hanover Pike. We got a petition put together that we wanted to present to you guys. We collected about 215 signatures. It basically just said we, the undersigned, petition to the board to not allow Wise to build a fueling service station in Hampstead. There are already 4 gas stations within and right outside of the town of Hampstead. There's zero need for another gas station in Hampstead. Another gas station can impact the neighborhood residents due to increased fire, explosion, danger, noise, loss of property value, groundwater or aquatic resource impacts, or cause traffic issues. If you guys want the signatures, I have the signatures to present as well.
It would have to be,
I have
don't
to.
they have to be like accepted?
If it's an exhibit, you
Yep.
Can accept
can
it?
accept it.
Okay.
And you give, like all exhibits, you give it the weight that you perceive you wish to give it.
Do we have to number these, though? Exhibit?
I'm going to call them all together. And sir, would you spell your name for me?
Yes, Mohsen. So Mohsan, and then last name Katana, Khatana, and it's on the petition as well.
Okay, thank you.
Just in case you need it.
So I'm going to label all of those Katana 1.
Perfect. No worries at all. But yeah, it was just my local customers, people around the community. I had business members as well, like Luna's owner stopped by, Reed's Electrical, who's right next door to me, the Jiffy Mart owner, also the Marathon owner. So there was a whole bunch of other business owners as well that signed on there as well with me. And I think that's everything I have to say. So unless you guys have any questions for me.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you,
No, I appreciate you guys.
thank you.
Is there anybody else? Please?
My name's Joseph Danko. I live at 4354 Old Field Lane in Hampstead. I live directly in back of the Weiss Shopping Center, right at the loading dock. I am not supporting this gas station. I'd like to, as a resident of Hampstead, I'd like to say that I agree with this gentleman. We already have 3 gas stations within a half a mile of each other. There's only so many people in Hampstead. Someone's going to get, business-wise, is going to hurt as a result of this. The second thing I want to bring up is living there and that having to come down Northwoods Trail to access the community. That intersection where the shopping center, where you access the shopping center, where the Wendy's is and the McDonald's is, it's a pretty busy section, okay? And I don't know how many people the gas station will draw into Roberts Field Shopping Center, but it's very busy as it is. Yeah, recently, within 3 months, we had somebody run into the light pole because people are very anxious and they can't be patient and wait their turn to get in and out. So it's a tight location. The other thing that I'd like to bring up is living in back of the shopping center, I see a lot more traffic of people that are trying to circumvent the front of the shopping center by driving around the back. Okay, this evening I was sitting on my back porch because my property is right next to the parking lot is right in back of me, okay? There's at least 12 cars that drove through there. Now, these could be people that work in some of the Cinco de Mayo's or maybe pipe
the side,
and that,
CNR.
it could be there, okay? But there's a lot more traffic that's occurring back there, okay? And as for the chief, I'd like to throw a little caveat in here. There's a lot of shenanigans with young kids that wander around aimlessly in back of the shopping center. I'd like to see a little more police presence there too. But there's just a lot more traffic going on. And then another concern that I have, and I'm sure that you gentlemen have come up with ways of circumventing this or addressing it, is the stormwater runoff. Because if you ever go to a gas station, there's always oil, there's always fuel, especially with diesel, laying on the ground. The runoff water for Roberts Field Shopping Center, if I'm not mistaken, is that Roberts Field, the pond there at Roberts Field, which goes into Piney Run. Mm-hmm. And I know we've been involved, we being the town of Hampstead with the Wastewater and Piney Run Association, you know, as an avid sportsman, as an avid fisherman, that's kind of a soft spot for me, seeing all that. All I can envision is all that runoff going down into that pond, and it heads its way downstream. So that's a concern for me. And then I guess I'm going to make an assumption here that the town of Hampstead, the fire department, has some kind of a contingency plan in case there's a massive spill, how to contain it, okay? I'm making an assumption here. I'm hoping if there isn't, somebody would look into it and maybe take and address that, because if there's a big spill there, that's my house. Mm-hmm. That's where I live. And a bunch of my other neighbors, you know, and everybody's like all happy because they get to use their Weiss points and get 2 cents off of a gallon of gasoline. But if something happens, that's my house. I don't live there anymore. Okay, so that's a concern. Maybe, and hopefully it'll never happen. Okay, but that's a concern that I personally have living there. And then just the increased traffic getting in and out of the parking lot. A lot of people now. There's a 4-way stop there at Northwoods Trail. It's got the flashing stop sign. But I'm kind of seeing now there's people that circumvent getting through the parking lot because it's tight there when there's a lot of business going on. They'll sneak around and they'll go out where that stop sign is. So as opposed to coming out the Roberts Field Shopping Center entrance, right about a block below, there's a little I'm going to call it a dog leg, a little exit that you can get out of that area. So, but that's what I have. That's all I have to offer. Thank you for listening to me,
Can I just ask you a question? Could you just, I'm trying to, I'm listening to what you have to say. I'm trying to understand, can you show me, like, how they're going behind, like where they go behind? I'm not
See,
sure
it's a
what you're
little-
talking
It's a little
about.
deceiving here. Okay, here's my house right here.
Okay,
So they'll drive, you can drive all the way around here,
oh, come
okay?
ahead, yeah.
You can drive all the way
So
around here.
he's saying this is his house?
Yes, you can
and
drive around the parking lot, you
back
can
way,
drive around
okay.
here, and you can exit. Now, I'll refresh some people's memory. This wall here has collapsed one time. And they rebuilt this wall, okay? And for a longest time, the delivery trucks for Weiss would go this direction to make a
Oh,
delivery.
because this was.
So they stay away from this wall.
Okay,
Now, I don't know how the fuel truck is gonna come in. I have no idea. I couldn't see why
They
he would
stay
go.
out- No, they would just stay out front.
I would assume they would come out
right
this
in and
way,
come out.
okay?
Correct.
Now, we would have to stipulate, right here at this
Okay.
entrance, there's a pole.
well,
I'm sorry, I'm rattling, I'm on a roll.
well, you're not stipulating.
Okay, well,
So I'm just
exactly.
letting you know.
Okay.
That's all I needed to know. I
Okay,
just
I'm
wanted to
sorry.
know where your house was, and I never knew there was a back there, so I was trying to
Yes, you can get around
understand
the
it.
back.
Okay.
But wait, can I still ask a
Yes,
question while you're standing here? Okay, I'm just trying to picture this in my head. When I go to this McDonald's,
Yes.
okay, I'm coming out here and I'm crossing over. This is two-way and this is two lanes, and I'm
ma'am.
coming out here. Are you telling me that somebody can come out here?
Yes, they can.
Oh, I gotta go drive down there and look at that. I never knew that.
I didn't
I gotta
either.
check that out. Okay,
And I would, well,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know if I
no,
can say any more
no,
about the
no, no,
wall.
you're fine.
No, we're good, thank you. I appreciate that, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
And this is just a stop sign here? Do you know what this is?
I don't know, I don't try to get by stuff,
Yeah.
is this a stop sign? Here,
Yeah, like, we're normally coming out right here,
Yeah.
you know, but you can come out up here, and I didn't know that. So I don't know what's here. Is it a stop sign? Is this just a stop sign?
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't try
Like,
to.
I guess this would be behind the,
So here,
Post- the
and then
post
there's a
office.
stop sign right
Yeah,
there.
here's the post office, this is the,
or
Life
the
Bridge.
Goodwill and stuff.
No,
No.
this
No,
is-
no, no. That's the post office.
Okay.
There's like a bank right there, or vice versa. Here's the Goodwill.
Oh,
and
okay.
then
No, this is the post office, this is the Life Bridge Health Center.
Yeah.
Whichever it was.
Yeah.
Right, so
Okay.
you come through,
Right.
and then you're.
Yeah, I
come
didn't
to the
know there
stop.
was a.
Here's the
But
Wendy's.
he was talking about this. That's what I didn't know you could go back
Yeah.
there. Okay, so I have that. Okay, so we clear on that?
For the moment, yeah.
Are there any other, oh, please, thank you.
My name is John Lyons. I live at 684 Sunder, which backs up to CNR Pub and Weiss to the right. And my big concern is the traffic, as was previously stated, is it's crazy back there. And the noise and the kids. I'm not sure how much more traffic this will create, but things aren't getting any easier back there. Now, there for a while, a lot of those stores were empty, well, now they're all full, with the Cinco de Mayo and so forth, and the traffic back there is increased dramatically. And, the kids at night.
Okay. Thank you, I appreciate that. Is there anybody else that would like to make a statement in opposition? Okay, so now I'd like to invite anybody that supports the conditional use. Okay. And I would like to give you an opportunity for rebuttal.
Okay. Kevin Owen, Councilman for Weiss Market. And so I just want to touch on first sort of the access issues and the additional traffic, if you will. And Ms. McCoy, you had asked earlier. From our perspective, typically the gas will capture probably 40 to 60% of existing customers. So the idea is that if you're coming in the store, to buy groceries, you're also there, you're gonna buy gas. So we don't anticipate a significant increase in additional trips, if you will, to the center. I mean, we've got, and these gentlemen mentioned it, you have the other existing businesses. So the idea is that a majority of that will be trips that are already in the center, will capture, will be available. Now, there will be additional trips that, you know, folks coming in just for gas. But again, the majority of the access for the trips is already there. So that's, and then sort of to the point of these gentlemen, the neighbors, you know, that sounds like something that we may have to talk to the landlord about as far as these other access points. I don't think it's really related to our gas pad. We're gonna be out front. We are there now. We're operating a store. We do have trucks that come around back. We have deliveries, all the businesses do. So that may be something for a different conversation, but, you know, we're certainly good corporate neighbors, so if there's something we can do unrelated to this, you know, we're certainly willing to listen. But back to the access and the trips, again, it's there. Yes, will it increase, you know, incrementally, certainly, but, you know, we want to capture our existing clients. That's number one. As far as the economic and competition aspect that this gentleman raised, we understand that. We are in business to make money. There is competition. Yes, we will be an additional gas station in the town. We hope to capture some of their clients, obviously. But it is a use. It is a conditional use. There's no economic condition under the criteria for conditional uses. So that's just, you know, I appreciate it and we understand it, but it's not something that we feel like should be a consideration for the board. And then as far as stormwater, I believe this gentleman asked, there is, as Bill pointed out, there is going to be an on-site self-contained stormwater pond that will meet all criteria. If this goes forward, if you approve this use, obviously we have to go through the site plan approval process. So any environmental issues, any road, any traffic improvements, all that will be addressed during the site plan. So the water, and maybe Bill can speak to this more, but any water on the site, any stormwater drainage, all that would be captured in the pond. Correct. Obviously, we'd have to maintain that pond. Based on the size, I think, you know, the likelihood of it escaping, of course, maybe it can, but we would maintain that and generally would be addressed. As to the safety concerns, you know, as this gentleman raised, there are already 4 operating gas stations in the town. You know, yes, you know, we'll operate in compliance with all laws, all safety procedures, so we don't anticipate that as an issue. So I think that primarily addresses everybody's concerns. If you have any questions, certainly.
No, I appreciate that. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, you make fun of me. This 40% to 60% number that you gave, where do you come up with that?
So, and Alex may be able to speak to this more, but so there's rewards programs, and because it is, as he was saying, it's essentially an extension of the store. People are using their rewards cards, the way they pay, the credit card information. All that information could be, like, you go to the store, they know if you've been there.
Too much.
Too much.
You know too much about me.
Too much. So this is
Only to
based,
serve you better.
this is based on existing stores and what we understand, you know, in our markets, what we generally capture from our clients.
And when you say 40 to 60%, are you talking about of that? Because there's another Wise right up the street. So are you talking about both, or do you say it Weiss? Is that how you say it? I say
No,
Wise.
Wise.
Okay, I say
Wise.
Wise. Okay.
Thank you.
So there's 2 of them. So you're talking about 40 to 60% of both stores? Or
Well, and that's a good question. I think I'm being more general in
Yeah.
40 to 60% of the customers at that store.
We can only.
Whether it's that
analyze
store or
Stores that do have, I'm sorry. I wanted to say, we can only analyze the stores that have the accessory use of the gas station. So that's where those numbers come from. We have been installing gas stations since 2001 throughout the chain. So those are the statistics that we have.
so
All right, so when
somebody-
you look at them, you think about that store. Let me explain to you why I'm asking this question, because to me, maybe I should wait till we deliberate.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. I think I'm I'm getting off track, so we'll come back, I'll circle back.
So if there's, I mean, just using round numbers, I mean, if 100 people pull into the gas station that day, 40 to 60 of them will be customers that have shopped at that store.
Okay.
at that time.
adjacent to that. Now, because there is another store up the street, yeah, you may have some customers come down and want to use their rewards. So that may, again, there will be a slight uptick in traffic, but we anticipate that most of the traffic and the trips already in that center are what we're trying to capture.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, just a quick question for the engineer. The maintenance of the stormwater pond, can you just elaborate, like how often does that get? I know this all has to deal with the site plan, but
Yeah.
you might be able to
The typical
elaborate.
requirements for the maintenance of the pond would be on a regular basis, and then typically after every storm event.
Okay.
The owner is charged with going out there, inspecting inlets, cleaning out filters, and the like. In Maryland, for our fuel station designs, we're considered a hot spot. So my stormwater management plan would include oil water separators, water quality features within the basin. We have inlet inserts with fossilized filter material, just in case there's those small spills within the site. So a lot of belts and suspenders when it comes to stormwater management. And certainly, all the design would get reviewed by MDE
Right.
ultimately for.
Of course. And the attendant, he's not responsible for.
He'll be knowledgeable, but not completely responsible. Wise has crews that take care of their stores and their other facilities for those very maintenance items. Yeah.
Okay.
The attendant in the kiosk will be fully educated on the fueling operations and protocols if there's accidents related to
And
them.
among that training comes small spill containment and cleanup, but small stuff. The facility is super safe, so any leaks or spills, major spills, the facility shuts down completely until everything is addressed through our environmental consultant.
How does it shut down? Is it automatic or
It's
does
computerized.
Okay.
It's computerized, and it'll shut down automatically if the sensors detect leaks. But the attendant is capable as well of shutting it down if somebody is, somebody has a broken gas tank, and they keep filling up and filling up and filling up, that gasoline is going to the ground. So they can stop that immediately and contain that small spill right then and there. If it gets to a certain level of spill, then there is protocol for them to call Northridge, EnviroSafe, to come 24/7 all over the state to come and rescue the spill, contain everything.
And then to your question on the stormwater, so on the installation, correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, we're gonna have, so we don't own the site, we're a tenant under the lease, so we've got an obligation to landlord under the lease, which the penalties are pretty significant.
Sure.
I think, do we post a bond? We post a bond during the construction.
Typically, there's a bond that will be posted for construction and then sign-offs.
And
as
then,
that's completed.
and I think there's a continuing bond obligation.
There is.
Yes.
You'll have two PWAs during the construction process, one with the town, one with the county. Each will require either a bond or a letter of credit. What that does is ensures that all the construction is done properly and finished properly, all, final inspections are done. Then you will also have a stormwater management agreement with the town on that stormwater facility because it does go into the area behind, as the gentleman referred to. And along those lines, all stormwater management facilities in the town are inspected by Carroll County. Residential on a yearly basis, commercial, I think, twice a year. The other thing, we're not a big town, and our public works staff prides itself on the stormwater management, and this is out there in the wide open. If anything happens there, we will be aware of it very quickly.
One other item, just based on the gentleman's comment about the existing basin for the shopping center, we're not sending our flows directly to that. We're capturing all of our flows in that grass area, controlling them, cleaning them, and then it gets released to that drainage basin, right?
And so
Okay.
The incentive on our end is to make sure everything is clean and we're good neighbors. I mean, we've got two sites in the town, so,
Yeah. With all of Weiss's gas stations, are they all, I just haven't seen one, are they all designed this way with just like the middle kiosk
They're all
You haven't
basically
seen
the
the one
same.
in
The closest one is
Westminster?
probably Westminster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Westminster
if you
has
want to see a
one.
great example, I did that one several years ago, but they're all pretty prototypical, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one has an extra pump, we're getting, most of them are 6 fueling positions, this will be 8, so that's really about the only nuance with this facility.
Have there been any spills at any of the Weiss gas stations?
Nothing of note.
Luckily, no.
Yeah, nothing of note. We get asked that question a lot. I guess the short and sweet is Wise isn't in the gas business. They sell groceries,
Sure.
bread, vegetables, meats, things like that. They have reputable firms that run their gas stations, their operations. PWI is probably the mainstay, but everything goes through those guys. Federal requirements, state, local, all those things are met.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So this will end public comment, and I would like to close for deliberation with our attorney.
You're going to close for legal consultation. When you say close.
Not deliberation,
you
yeah,
mean
close for legal,
Back
yes.
here,
Yes,
the
yes,
four
yes,
of us.
yes, yes.
So you
Okay.
would need a motion to close.
Do I have a motion to close
I'll
to speak with
second.
legal counsel? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, can we
Uh,
meet?
Bear with us, we'll be back. Can you see how the other half lives?
Open back up deliberations on case A235. Did I get that right? A235, right?
A second.
Yes, A235. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so now we will have open deliberation. Who wants to start? You want? You had a lot.
Yeah, well, I'll start.
You have lots of notes.
So, yeah, I mean, my biggest concerns, my primary concern is this intersection right here. So I know that we have a specific number of items here that we have to consider. And so I'm considering item number 3 here, traffic conditions.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a stop sign here, and this is 4 lanes. So if you're making a left out of here, it's already, like even now, I feel like sometimes you sit there for a while to try to get out of there. So I don't know, that's why I was so anyway, circling back, this is why I was asking about if you have 40 to 60% of these customers coming here, how many people are then coming in here that have their points from the other, you know what I mean, generating more traffic at this intersection so people can't get back out?
Okay, so let's think about it this way. First of all, if the traffic was that bad, I wouldn't go, right? Because there are other gas stations I could go to. Are the points really worth me having to put up with having to sit there for a long time? So here's how I look at it. If I'm going to Weiss and I have to go in and I have to go buy everything to get gas, then I'm probably going to grocery shop. That's where I see that 40 to 60%. I'm there, I'm grocery shopping, I'm going to stop, I'm going to get gas, I'm going to, just like you do at BJ's, right? Same thing, I'm there. You have other gas stations that are easy in and outs all along, the road here, that to me, if I didn't want to have to go all the way in, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't, right? I would just pull off, I'd get gas here, and I'd pull back out again. So I don't really see it as increasing a lot of gas traffic. I don't. Plus, you have, when you look at the other gas stations, they're before the bypass, right? So people would stop and get gas at those gas stations before the bypass, take the bypass around. So this is really the first gas station coming into town.
The Exxon's not, the Exxon's on this side of the bypass.
It's inside, it's inside. You have one outside, you come on past.
Oh, yeah, so that's right in. But I mean, that's just how I see it. Do you know what I
Do you
mean?
know, I'm asking this because I don't know.
No, that's fine.
Do you know what the savings is for Wise gas points, I don't.
But I mean, every gas station has savings of some kind. You can join
You
some.
do?
Yeah, you can
The
do.
ones associated with stores tend
Oh,
to
okay. I
know.
was
Yeah.
gonna say, wait a minute, I'm getting ripped off.
No, but they'll always say, do you want to be a member of this to get gas points? I mean, a lot of gas stations do that.
Well, I need to talk to this Exxon guy, but
Yeah.
I don't seem to be getting any kind of.
But I'm
points.
just, but I'm just saying, like,
I-
when you look at convenience, right? I mean, if you needed to get gas and you had an Exxon station you could pull in and out of, got a 7-Eleven up there, you have a gas station down here, are you really gonna get off at 30, go in, come all the way around to go all the way up to get gas to come all the way back out
But
again?
yeah, I kind of think, because like, if you're, so you might not be going to this store, you might be going to any of these places, you might be going to
But
these
that's
places.
what I'm
or
saying.
these
It's
places,
going to
and
be
you're gonna get
people that
gas
are
there.
going there anyhow. So I don't see it increasing traffic. If I just need gas, I'm not going here to get it. I'm just not. It's just way too much work to drive in here, come
What do you
around.
think about that? Do you agree with her?
That the amount of people that will actually be going, I see it as more as people are already present at Weiss.
Right. So I don't
and
see it
coming out.
increasing.
I see it as people are there and see it as kind of, okay, what are the two things that I need to do on my Sunday? I have to go and get gas and groceries.
No.
And it's right there, it's present.
So you don't think that it'll increase, you don't think people from the otherwise will be like, okay, well, I do my grocery shopping on Saturday, but I'm gonna go get gas on Sunday and use my points?
No, I bet
You
they
don't think
probably,
it's
they
gonna
might
bring
get
more
that.
people down there?
I would shop at the other Weiss then. I'm there. I'll get my groceries there and get my points.
Well, but those, I don't know if you shop at Weiss, they're very different,
I
those two
do, but
stores.
but here's what I can say. I do shop at Weiss, but I don't go to if I'm in Westminster, I don't go to the gas station there. Right? Because because of what I have to do to go to the gas station there. So it's just not convenient for me. You know, I mean,
Right. But is that typical? I don't know.
I think I'm pretty
I don't
typical.
Yeah,
have,
I'm not going
clearly,
to
I
try
don't
and
know
go
about these
through-
points.
I'm not going out of my way to get gas, right? I'm not saving that much money. I'm not.
For the
you
points
know.
aspect.
Unless they're giving it away, you know, I mean, it's just not gonna
Are they
happen.
giving it away?
No. But, so you see, I mean, I just logically, I don't see people going out of their way. Now I'm not selling the gas station anymore because it's like, oh, geez. But I don't. It is way too much work to get it. So if you're visiting any of these shops, right, then yeah, okay, I'm going to stop at Cinco de Mayo, I'm going to pick something up, I'll get gas, and then I'll head on out. It's very convenient, I think, because of how booming this is now, to be able to kind of take care of that instead of having to drive to either side of town or.
Right.
But you're there already.
Right, so I don't see people saying, I'm going to drive up to Weiss to get gas. And if they use, I mean, Sheetz has points you can do. I'm not gonna drive all the way down to Sheetz, it's just too far, right? So I think most people would want convenience, that's what people are looking for. And this would not be convenient if you're not already there, to me. So, I mean, that's,
Yeah, I'm not, where I live, it's further to, if all I need is gas, it's further away to go and get that gas, and to try and, the methods of ingress and egress are just too cumbersome if all I'm looking for is gas.
so that would why, you know, not having that, being able to go in from the road, like the other gas stations, you can exit, and you can just slide right in from the road, as opposed to having to go by other things.
Well, this one you kind of can too, because you can come in here, it's just you can't get back out that way.
Yeah,
You
but
come
I
in
mean,
right
you're
here.
still,
You
you
come in
gotta
right
come
here.
to the light, you gotta turn at the light, you gotta come up, then you gotta come here, and then you gotta get through all
Yeah,
that.
The light's up here. You can come in right here and there's no light.
Oh, I see, yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's just you can't get back out that way.
Right.
That's the problem.
Okay, but now you
So
gotta
now
come
you got-
all the way out here.
And now you gotta come all the way out here and jam this whole intersection up, like I'm saying,
But
or
I
go the
wouldn't
whole,
do-
like he's saying, go the whole way around and then go back here where all these homes are and
Right,
stuff.
but that's what I'm saying, because it would be so inconvenient, I'm not going there to get gas. It's just, it's just too much.
I'm just trying to
right?
determine like what's the typical thing, because for me, like, I don't like to go into this whole place because I have a problem getting in and out of there. So you know what I mean? Like I go to McDonald's and I go in this way and then I come out because this is like it just is too much
I mean,
going on in
I
there for
can't
me.
tell you how people
So
think.
I don't know what other
just
people-
know that most people want convenience. whatever's easiest, right?
Well, that's
So,
what I, yeah. that's what-
yeah, and so if this becomes too much work, then I'm not gonna go there. And I just think, there are 10 bazillion cars on the road, you can never have enough gas stations, because there's just, like, I can't even drive down 30 without, I mean, there's just tons and tons and tons of cars, there's plenty of cars.
Well, and there's a lot of activity at that, right down here where Black and Decker used to be. There's a lot of people that don't even live here that are coming in and out of there. There's people there that need gas. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? Because Random House just went in there.
Stag
Nobody
property.
knows what I'm talking about.
I know where,
You know what I'm
it's
talking about.
approximately 100 employees there.
Yeah. So I'm agreeing with you. There's tons of people that,
Oh, yeah,
Need gas,
well, and, we have new businesses opening up here, Hans coming up here, and, Ridge, I mean, there's plenty of people that are driving that need gas. And again, unless you're actually making a point to go into this shopping center to do things, I just don't see people thinking that that's their most convenient
Okay.
gas
All right.
station that they could go
I don't
to.
know, I'm just putting it out there as a question.
No, what did I tell you? This is all about thinking it through, right? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts were, there was a concern about the amount of traffic. But also the impact to the local residents, specifically regarding the odor, the dust, anything else that may trickle off from the gas station. So those were my two major concerns, but especially with pertaining to like safety regarding the gas station itself. And the way that they answered the question, that there's computer sensor shut-offs, the attendant will be trained to shut off the gas in the event of an overflow. So that alleviated some of my concern regarding the safety with the gas station itself. Being in such close proximity to the residential area, even though it is a commercial property.
Thoughts?
On something different or on?
No, I
this
mean,
comment?
just,
Yeah. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I just think that these gas stations now are just so, they're so put together so well that out of the list of things here, that I hope everyone knows, we have a specific list of things that we make our decision based on, and they're not always the things people want us to make it on, but,
No one wants to be in the news.
so, that, the only thing that came up for me was that one. Other than that, these lists of things here, I think that it all passes this criteria,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that, even looking at the residential part, the peaceful enjoyment, there's so many other things going on there. I mean, like, it's just a lot.
Well, and it's not like this is it's not a 24-hour
No.
gas station. It's,
No.
so it's 8 pumps. It's not, no, it's not. It's 5 pumps.
5 pumps.
Okay, so are we ready to end deliberation?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Motion.
Yeah, so, opening back up?
You're still open.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
You can
So-
entertain a motion if someone wishes to make one.
Okay, so, you want to make a motion?
Sure.
Okay. So,
So regarding case number A235, I'll make a motion to vote on how to proceed,
we're going to approve.
whether to approve or deny.
Well, you're going to move to approve, or you're going to move
Right.
to deny?
So move to approve.
Yeah, the request by, What?
Request by Weiss for a fueling service station at 721 Hanover Pike.
okay,
I'll second.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion carried, yep. So,
So that's essentially it. What will happen
so I'd like to make a motion
is there
to
will be
adjourn.
a written decision prepared, and that will be sent to you. Anyone who wishes to appeal that decision can do so to the Carroll County Circuit Court pursuant to the state rules of procedure for that kind of appeal. And it's still light out.
Thank you.
I know.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for all this information.
Yeah.
Did we have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, I'd like to, I motion that we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
There you go.
Now I get to,
We need to turn these in.
yes,
The other one of
to,
these.